I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Ghosty. I'm not even going to introduce Culpy anymore.
Until he returns.
Yep. Until he returns to us.
This is for the big homie Robin.
Yes.
Who recently lost a family member in pretty sudden, tragic circumstances.
Sorry about that, buddy.
Much love to you, big homie. You know that the village has your back 110%. So this goes out to Robin's dad, who he loved very much and who no doubt loved him very much. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Firesides are returning pretty soon.
We've been doing stuff on the Middle America channel, what's very political, and we talk about all the goings on. They're intense sometimes, but fun. But we're also going to come back to doing some of the firesides on this channel. Well, it's going to kind of be on the My Sori Life channel, but those will be more like just kind of chill, ask questions, talk to us, find out why Vin hates mayonnaise, things like that.
I'm a Christian. That's why I hate mayonnaise. It should be very simple. All you have to do, dear listener, is open up your Bible and find me a single verse.
That's so ridiculous.
Where Jesus ever ate mayonnaise.
Or where Jesus said mayonnaise was wrong. That's not there either.
It's up to you.
Check out these shirts.
You're making a positive claim. Check out the shirt.
These are from Jay Dispirited.
Jay Dispirited of the Village.
Yeah, he put out these shirts, so if anybody's interested in those, hopefully he'll put something in the link.
We'll figure out the link soon in Teespring, that joint. But yeah, check them out. We also have shirts if you want the world famous Sori Secret shirt with the
yes,
maybe you're
Ian's
sick.
Been wearing it at the Bible Boogie.
Yeah, maybe you're sick because of your secrets pose. That's also there. But for now, we're going to listen to Stay by Smash Into Pieces from the album Rise and Shine. Let's do it.
Yep. In honor of
Robbie.
Go.
I thought you would be around forever, no matter where I would go. So I started taking you for granted, forgot what I used to know. Guess I sold my soul just to have some fun. Think I lost myself trying to be someone. I gave you the blame, looked the other way. Never thought it would drive you away. If I could turn back time and change my life, get another chance to make things right. If I had one more word to say to you, I'd let you know I want you to stay, 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 stay. I have learned a lesson of a lifetime, won't be myself again. I forgot the things that really matter and lost it all in the end. Never told the truth, kept it all inside. Got you thinking there's something I'm trying to hide. Knew I needed change, but I stayed the same. Never thought it would drive you away. If I could turn back time and change my life, get another chance to make things right. If I had one more word to say to you, I'd let you know thought you would be around forever, no matter where I would go. If I could turn back time, I'd change my life, get another chance to make things right. If I had one more word to say to you, I'll let you know I want you to stay, 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 stay. I want you to stay,
Oh shoot, that's a tough one.
The next song is YOLO. You only live once. Yeah, this song could be a breakup song. It could also be a song about like losing somebody you love, you know. That first, this part right here.
Yeah.
Sold my soul to have some fun. Think I lost myself trying to be someone. You know, around the time my mom died, like I was at like 12 as far as like the things that I was doing. You know, when my mom died, I had a trip to go to. You know, I was like traveling literally all over the world, and then we had that big project we were doing in downtown, and I was running point on that, and I was running point on other things that I had to go travel. So that was like at the pinnacle of like, in those various communities, those subcultures, like I was at the pinnacle of like 1%, you know what I mean? Like
Oh, yeah.
legitimately like, and I was doing them both simultaneously. It was incredible, you know? So like, I was just doing a lot of stuff, you know, and I was, and it wasn't careless stuff, you know, it was important. I was doing important work, foreign and domestic. I was doing really, really important stuff, but it was just that my mom died in that entire, you know, when I was doing all that, and then, you know, situations happened back home. That was pretty much the end of that stuff too. And you always think to yourself, like, you know, what if I wasn't out being that, you know, whatever, would this person still be alive? Would this person's situation be better? Blah, blah, blah. But, you know, so that line was pretty crazy to me, you know. Lost myself trying to be someone, you know, and you always question your motives or why you do things. Like there was a lot of really virtuous reasoning, you know, whether it was I love my country or whether it was I love my city, you know, and, you know, there were, you know, there's bad people in the world, you know, and then there's a lot of hurt people in the world, and so I was doing both.
Right.
And, you know, but that was a period where everything just like in my life just went, everything just went nuclear. There were so many changes within a span of, you know, 6 to 12 months. My mom died, and then that set off a chain reaction with somebody else in my family, and then that whole situation happened. And we can laugh at it now, but it was basically like, hey, you know, what did I tell you? Like, hey, if you don't hear from me in a half an hour, you need to call the police. This is the address, yada, 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 because, you know, but
Oh gosh.
that was just a really, really crazy time, and I think I'm very different now than before that summer. That all happened in one summer. All that stuff happened in one summer, you know. So I'm a completely different person now, you know. So, and I do, you know, it's always one of those things where you kind of, anytime you lose somebody, it's like, oh, you know, could I have done something different?
Yeah.
You know, I gave you the blade. That's an interesting line, you know, if you're thinking about, like, how did you take that line?
Well, I took it two ways. one was like you give them the blade and then they harm themselves with it and you're looking the other way. But then I also was like, I gave you the blade, look the other way, never thought it would drive you away. Just like them being them, like you know how sometimes like when you're in relationships, like when you're just like being you and you're kind of like mad at somebody or you give them the whatever and then it like drives, like he didn't expect that the person would actually push the person away, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like our kids know we love them unconditionally, and so, you know, there's sometimes where they'll say things that are like mean in the moment, but it's just because they're mad and then they get past it and then it's, you know, I know in the moment when they're saying it, that's not what they really mean, but if all of a sudden we're gonna be like, okay, well then, you know what I mean? Like, there's times where I've seen parents do that with their kids where they disassociate with them because they think, but then it takes time before, you know, like the kid comes around and stuff a lot of times phases. So I kind of took it like that, like.
Yeah.
What did you take it as?
Well, the way I looked at it was, you know, like you gave them the blade in the sense that you stabbed them in the back. It's a betrayal in a way and look the other way. But, you know, with family, you just always assume that your family is going to be around, you know. But, you know, when he talks about like...
Well, I don't assume that.
You don't assume your family's going to be around?
I live in that shadow all the time. Because you know how I am.
You talking about our family?
Nope.
Well, yeah, I could see why you would think that. Yeah. No, I understand that part of it, for sure. I think this is something that they would probably sing to you in 5 years. You know what I mean? I think it'd be very... It'll be very pertinent to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but... You know, I learned the lesson of a lifetime. Won't be myself again. That's true. Like, I'm never going to be that type of person again. And I'm always going to, like, prioritize my family over everything. Like, that's like a big, you know, it's unfortunate that, you know, those, you know, when you're in certain subcultures, it's kind of like, you know, it's like your family is important, but if you could do something to help 50,000 families, would you do it? Well, I mean, of course, you know, and it's like, why is your family more important than other people's families if you could help? Or if you could stop this bad thing from happening to 50,000 families, then you should do it. And so, like, you know, you operate with that type of logic, and you justify, you know, whatever. And there's lots of guys that are lifers, and they're gonna go out and they want to die doing that shit. They, you know, that's just how they are. And you know, I'm not that type of person. And it took a while to, you know, accept that about myself. But, you know, again, when you're in that subculture, you always feel like it's a flaw. You feel like it's a flaw.
Oh, I can see that, yeah.
You're somehow being selfish and, you know.
How did you get past that? Or can you not?
I had come back from a situation, and then I got a call when it's like you're not supposed to get any calls. And I got a call it was 2 o'clock her time. You know, that whole situation happened, and then I had to call you, and you were like, why are you? That's when you were like, why are you calling me from? You know, whatever, and because, you know, whatever. So like when that whole situation happened, and my kids were there, and I was like literally thousands of miles away, and there's literally, I was 2 minutes out. I had just come back from the situation, everybody was clean, we were good, and then I was 2 minutes out from spinning out, going somewhere else, and then this was happening. I was like, and they're like, yo, you gotta take this, da 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 da, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I can't do this right now. And I'm like, and they're like, no. And this dude who gave me the phone was like, very, 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 very strict about protocol. Oh. And our group was very, just land there and figure out. But he was the guy that kind of maintained that, so we didn't all, you know, end up creating whatever. And like, if he was giving you the phone, then it was serious shit, you know. So I was like talking, and then I called you, and it was completely wrong, and that was a $10,000 mistake, literally. So it was just crazy. It was a crazy situation. And then, you know, I had to get you to go over and get the kids because something was going on.
We weren't together at the time. We've been together for 2 years.
No, we weren't together, but
we were friends at the time. So
my ex, God bless her, had enough of the life, I guess. And it was crazy because the kids were telling me, don't go, don't go, don't go. And I anytime I had to go, like, everybody was fine. And they were telling me not to go. You were saying, I feel like something bad's going to happen. And you didn't know anything.
No clue. Yeah.
So that sucked because going over there, like, because everybody's superstitious, you know, and so it's like, why is everybody saying that? And then she had said, I hope your plane crashes, and it almost did. Like, it was just terrible that I couldn't get through customs, and the Homeland Security guy was mad at me. It was just like, it was like the worst. Like, if there was anything that says you should not have gone on this trip, but there was no way I was not going to go. I was not going to let those, you know, they all had families too. So, but after that, I was like, it's like, you guys got to give me something else to do. I can't do it. I got to go. I can't. So, you know, so, but yeah, so that changed it. And, you know, so my mom died. Family member, their whole life spun out of control because, you know, he didn't know how to handle my mom dying. He still doesn't. I mean, for all I know,
oh gosh, baby.
I don't know where he is right now. So, you know, it's but you know, when you're young, you know, you have these things where I always wanted my life to have some sort of like meaning, because I felt like I was like, I got to do something meaningful. So I always like went to do these crazy things that, you know, nobody else could do, so that I could say I've done something that, you know, a handful of people and the 8 billion people on this planet have ever done, you know, and it was supposed to validate. So I was trying to always validate why it was existing, because I was supposed to die as a baby. I never died as a baby, so, you know, it's like, I gotta do like the hardest thing possible to, you know, and then do, you know, whatever. But,
wow.
But then, you know, it's like, how many of those things do you have to do? You know, it's like, you did it, man. Like, okay, like, great, and your family's in shambles, and you're, you know, so yeah, that changed me. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna prioritize my family now, you know.
Wow.
But at the same, but you know, I think God's, and having you, and honestly having the village, you know, is kind of like, it helps me to kind of balance it, because like when we were at the Slipknot show, and you know, we had Cam there, you know, and you know, and we took care of him. We made sure he was all right. We made sure he was good, and we made sure that, you know, he had a good time. And so it hasn't made, I was always afraid of being like this closed off person who only cared about their family and didn't care about other people. And it's not like that. Now I'm prioritizing my family over it. I mean, basically, people are where my family was. You know what I mean? Like, I had this and this thing to take care of, and then my family was second. I loved them. They knew that I loved them, but they knew that they were second to those things. And now, by God's grace, it's flipped, where it's like, I'm pretty sure everybody knows, like, you're my number one priority over everything, period. And then, you know, the kids, and then I think that that's evident to everybody. But I also think that people, you know that we love them. You know, I hope, you know. Sometimes people will apologize for sending us emails about, you know, like Robin with his dad or whatever. It's like, don't apologize.
No.
Like, that's why we're here, you know. And I think it's, you know, the scripture says it's better to go to a house of mourning than a house of feasting. And I think that's because it makes you really reevaluate what's important. And, you know, at the end of the day, doing the channel's great, doing all that, that's great. Slipknot show was great. We had so much fun. But honestly, like, the best thing about that show to me was Cameron. You know what I mean? Like, by far was the best thing. And the best thing about the Impact Festival was giving that girl the tag. So like, at the end of the day, it's about human beings and enjoying every single second with the human beings that God puts in front of you, whether you believe it's God or whether you believe it's just random blind chance.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, whoever's in front of you, man, just love them as hard as you possibly can. And if you've got the good fortune to have a family, you know, you got a mom and dad, like, they're not going to be around forever, man. you know, so love them the best you can, you know. I'm sure, Robin, that your
Or if you
dad,
have kids too.
Yeah.
You know, hearing a lot of different stories about parents that, you know, don't accept their kids for who they are and want them to be something else. And then they put all this pressure on them and they just can't love their kid. Just love your kid for who your kid is, you know?
Yeah.
They might not make all the decisions that you would want them to make and the choices that you want them to make, but they're still your kid, you know?
yeah, yeah. And it's something that you know, Dorian rolls his eyes, but I ask him like every third day, like, do you know that I love you?
Yes.
And I want him.
Yes, Father, I know you love
Yeah, I know. He's like, oh, of course.
But
you
I think
do.
he likes it though.
You hug me, you
Yeah.
kiss me, you play Madden with me all the time. I know you love me. You know, but it's important to me not to just tell him, but I need to hear from him that he knows that I love him.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
played Fortnite with Zoe today. You know, just don't take anything for granted. Like, love every single moment that you. That's one of the things that there's obviously a lot of drawbacks to being exposed to a lot of death, but at the same time, one of the benefits is that you don't take a moment for
Appreciate
granted.
life, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I'm sure, Robin, that your dad. You know, it's a mystery. The last couple moments of our time here,
Yeah.
and especially from our belief system. What goes on between the soul and the God who made it and all that in the last moments of the transition, you know, that's very mysterious. But I'm sure that, you know, your dad knew that he was loved very deeply by you and your mom and the rest of his family, and you know, I just hope that my mom understood that. I loved you best I could, Mom. So, you know, we'll see each other again, all of us, inshallah. You know, Robin, your dad, on his bike. We'll all see each other again. I really, truly believe that. And that's going to be good. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. So yeah, shout out to the big homie, and just a heartfelt thank you to everybody in the village, man. You know.
Yep. We love you guys a lot.
Yeah, people don't have to do that. People don't have to share that type of personal information. And this dude's from Sweden. Like, you know, he doesn't have to share that with us. So that's important. That's important to us, all of you. You know, so we appreciate all of you, and just love each other the best you can, man. You know, good song.
Silent count for me.
Yeah, this is a silent count. We usually do that when the moment's a little bit too sacred to reduce to a number.
It's a good song though.
But anyway, I'm gonna hug Selah. I'm gonna hug Sori, but I'm really hugging you, Robin. This is for you. The big man hug. Love you, buddy. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.
Get another chance.